What's up, Collector Squad? I'm Austin, and we are back today with another statue review. And today we've got the Mandalorian and Grogu premium format from Sideshow Collectibles. And guys, this is a special one for me. This is my favorite TV show of all time. The Mandalorian, season 1 and season 2 is what we've gotten so far, and I've loved every second of it. Just make sure I wake up every morning when it comes out, the new episode, before work, come down, eat my breakfast, watch it, and it's just been a really special experience just seeing Star Wars at a high level on a TV show. And both of these characters have been absolutely outstanding, and I think this statue is outstanding as well. I'm so happy to have had it in hand now and been able to see it. Really excited to review it. It's been kind of a long wait for this one. It's been one I've really anticipated because, again, I love the show, love the characters. And I think Sideshow really did an awesome job with this one. So I'm really excited to kind of dive in and review it. So let's get started. All right, so getting started with the review, we're going to start down at the base as always. And the base on this one is very basic, pretty bland, nothing too crazy about it. It's just kind of a rocky, sandy base. Has a lot of cracks in it, kind of rubble and stone and different kind of variations in texture and everything. But it's a pretty basic paint. Just different colors and shades of brown. But again, I think I'm fine with that because really, a lot of the places, kind of like Tatooine and places like that, where these characters are during a lot of the show are kind of rocky, sandy bases. So I think this is a well done base for what it is. Again, it's nothing too crazy, but I think it's very fitting for the setting, again, for the show. So nice job with that. But then let's really dive into the characters here because that's really what it's all about. So starting down at the boots for Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, very nice detail on these. Nice kind of leather paint job. There's some nice, and this will kind of go throughout the statue, but there's some nice kind of wear, tear, kind of dirt and everything that shows on multiple parts of this statue that really display that he's kind of been through a lot as a bounty hunter, as a Mandalorian. So it's very, very nice touch, nice paint job. So you kind of got just this leather kind of look. The pants on this side kind of come down over the boots, and then on this side you've kind of got like a shin guard that is kind of dirtied up and everything and looks really nice. Lots of different kind of brown and black shades and textures. A lot of variation, so I think that's good. Now you do kind of have the blandness of the kind of undergarment of his costume, which again is part of his character. So, but I think they did a nice job kind of varying everything up and kind of matching everything to the way it looks in the show. You've got kind of a nice pouch here on the left calf, some of his gadgets and things, as well as like a knee guard over here. And then kind of across the whole body and the undergarment of the statue, very nice detail as far as just kind of the ridges and ripples, like kind of in the material of the costume. It's not just kind of like just straight up and down, like on the arms and legs and things like that. They did a very good job of just sculpting the movement of the statue because he's walking towards you. And I think they did a really, really good job capturing that. And speaking to that for just a second, a lot of people kind of had a little bit of an issue almost saying like he was doing kind of his cool walk towards you instead of just kind of a normal gait like he has in the show. I think something that you kind of have to notice is he's got the fist on the left hand that's up in front, and then he's drawing that right hand back and it's open kind of next to his holster where his blaster is. So it's almost like he's walking into a shot. He's kind of pulling back to draw his blaster. So I really actually like the pose, especially now that I've seen it in person. I think it looks really, really good. Gives it a little more of a dynamic look to his walk. And I think Sideshow did a really, really good job with that sculpt. But kind of going back to the statue itself and the sculpt and everything, you go up, and this is kind of the first piece of the Beskar armor right here on his left thigh, and you're going to kind of see this throughout the statue, which is really cool because obviously in the show you kind of see his journey to getting the Beskar armor. It's very important to him, and it looks awesome. It has a really nice shine to it. It's a nice kind of contrast to the more kind of bland browns and blacks of the undergarment of the costume, some blues in there and things like that. But I think they did a really good job with the Beskar. I like too that this statue still has the one kind of right thigh guard that is still from his old armor, so you can really kind of see the contrast between his old kind of beaten up armor and the new really just shiny protective Beskar. It's really, really nice touch. And then you kind of move up the figure. You've got kind of some blue kind of hip guards over here. They're done well. The belt kind of has all the pouches and everything. And then you've got the strap coming down. All of his kind of gadgets and things that he has are all kind of strapped to kind of the front and the belt and everything. So that's really nice. They're painted well. So that looks really good. Just kind of shows all the different ways that he can really take you out. So it's really, really cool. And then he's got the chest piece, the armor. Looks really nice, really shiny. Looks really good. So that's awesome as well. I love seeing this in person because that's one of my favorite things that he has. The whistling birds, the left gauntlet on his left forearm. Just an awesome weapon that he uses multiple times in the show to take people out. So that's really cool. The gloves and hand guards look really good. They're painted really well. Again, I talked about he's got the fist in his left hand and then the kind of open right hand over on the other side. So that is really, really cool. You can't really see it. We'll kind of show it in the video, but the rifle is sort of hidden. You can kind of see the upper half, and then a lot of it's under the cape, and then you can see over here in the front where it kind of comes down. But this rifle that just disintegrates so many things during the show is probably my favorite weapon that he has. And it has a lot of detail, a lot of nice sculpt to it, a lot of good paint, especially for it kind of being on the back and hidden some by the cape as well. It looks really, really good. And again, I love that weapon, so I love that they kind of gave it the care and love that it deserved. And then going to the cape, kind of while we're talking about this backside, thank you, Sideshow, for sculpting the cape. I was so happy that they did that. So many times they resort to mixed media, and I just prefer things sculpted. I don't mind mixed media. I think it's done well in some cases, but I would always prefer sculpted, and this cape is awesome, guys. I mean, it's got a nice flow to it, nice detailed sculpting and kind of the flow of the cape kind of going out to the side. And then you can see kind of toward the bottom where the cape would kind of brush the ground when he walks around and everything. It does have some kind of nice paint to it to where it shows wear and tear, like it's been kind of brushing across the sands of Tatooine and places like that. So really, really cool. Thank you, Sideshow, again, for doing the sculpted cape. And in this case, we'll get to Grogu in a second, lovingly known as Baby Yoda by many. But it was necessary in this case, too, to have it sculpted because his little pod that he rides around in actually kind of sits up on top of the edge of this cape to give that floating illusion. And I think it's pulled off really, really well. So we'll kind of get to that a little bit more in a second. But let's stick with Din here for a second more. So you kind of come up, you get the shoulder guards. Again, the Beskar, nice shine to it. You've got the Mudhorn signet over on this right shoulder, which I love that part of the story. Love that signet that he has. Really, really cool. Nice kind of symbol to his journey. There's actually some Beskar on his back as well that you can see that's exposed by the cape flowing out to the right. And then you get up to his helmet. It's iconic at this point. You can see I'm wearing it on my hat. I've got the shirt and everything. It's just like it's everywhere. You see Mando, you see Din all over the place. You see Grogu all over the place. And I love how these characters have just really caught on. And I hope we get a lot more. We'll see what happens with Grogu, but I'm just ready to see where Din's journey goes. But they did a nice job sculpting the helmet. You've got all the details from the show. I don't see anything that's really varied at all. It looks like they did a really good job kind of staying true to that. It's painted really well, nice shine to it. I love how he kind of has the downward look, just kind of gives him that more intense look. So I think they did a really good job painting Din up. He looks awesome. And again, I think they really captured his movement well, just kind of walking toward you, the viewer, as you're looking at him. So great job, Sideshow, with that. And then, like I mentioned a second ago, guys, coming over here to Grogu, I absolutely love how they gave this floating illusion to this statue, to Grogu kind of out to the side of Din. Just kind of the iconic shot from the show of them walking together, and Grogu really floating beside him. And I'm so glad they did it that way. I actually do think the Iron Studios statue is really good too. But I just loved that one had the kind of rock sticking up that Grogu is sitting on. And I just didn't like that as much as him kind of floating out to the side. I think both, again, Den and both of them I think looked awesome. But I really went with this one because of that pose and the floating illusion of it. And I think Sideshow really pulled it off really, really well. And it fools you even in person when you're right in front of it. So it's awesome. They did a good job. Nice paint job, too, on the pod itself. It's kind of got the rough exterior. It's got some nice metallic shine to it, but you can tell it's kind of beat up, too, just because of the terrain they've been around. And then on the inside, it's painted really well, too. A lot of details. Much cleaner, obviously, on the inside because that's kind of the protected inside where Grogu stays. And Grogu himself, really, really good. Especially, I mean, he's so small and quarter scale. I wondered about the detail of him, but I think they did a really good job painting him. Very nice job, kind of that nice, cute expression that he always has on his face. So he's done really well also. So I was very pleased with that. I love having them in the statue together. It's just awesome. I mean, they're kind of the inseparable pair throughout the show. Spoiler alert, until the end when Luke comes and gets Grogu. But it's just awesome just kind of having seen their bond grow and everything in the show. And just now having this in my collection, I'm so excited about it. And I hope they really kind of continue to do this line. They've done some other characters from the Mandalorian show. I really, really hope they do Boba next. He just has an awesome design as well in the show. I really hope they go fully sculpted with the entire costume. I think his look is really, really cool. So I would absolutely love to display him with Den. I think that would be really, really cool. So we've got the Boba show coming up the end of this month. I'm really excited about that one too because Boba is also one of my favorite characters. So hopefully they do a great job just kind of continuing this line of shows and the characters they've introduced so far. So again, just awesome job by Sideshow. Really special statue to me. It is now one of my favorites in my entire collection. I'm really, really excited to have it in hand. And it actually exceeded my expectations. I thought it was going to be good and I was very excited about it, like I said in the intro. But it's even better than I thought it was going to be. And that's an awesome thing to be able to say when you get a new statue into your collection. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to try to probably display it kind of up high a little bit because Den's kind of looking down a little bit, walking towards you. I think it's going to be better kind of displayed up a little bit higher as opposed to low to the ground. But again, bravo, Sideshow. Very awesome statue. I'm excited to own it. Let me know what you think, guys. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know if you're planning on picking it up. But again, I think it was executed really well, pose, the full sculpt, everything. So very, very nice job. Very pleased with this statue. Thank you again for joining me today for this review. I had a ton of fun with it. Just again, awesome statue. So excited to have it in hand. Let me know if you plan on picking this one up. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it, especially if you already have it in hand. I think it's shipped out to a lot of people already. If you plan on picking it up, I'd love to hear that too. Love to hear your thoughts about the review, thoughts about the statue. What do you think? If you have the Iron Studios one, I would love to hear your kind of thoughts about that one, having that one in hand because I have not gotten to see that one in person, just have seen a lot of pictures of it. I think that one's really cool as well. But again, thanks for stopping by. Love to hear your comments down below. Love to talk to you all when you comment down there. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. We're almost at a full year on the channel at this point. It's been a ton of fun. Me and Drew have had a blast. So we plan on keeping it going, keep on bringing in the kind of collection of statues, cards, whatever we're kind of into, and we just love doing all these videos for y'all. Please leave a like. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. And again, as always, collect what you like, not what's popular. Thanks, guys.